Hello everybody and welcome back to Balarke Farms Cooperative Multiplayer. So it is April and it is 11 minutes past 8 in the morning and we are off to Tony Carvery. We're off to Tony Carvery to get some of this produce sold. So we haven't got a great deal on this morning. We've got 4,000 litres of lettuce. We've got 1,000 orange, 1,000 lemon, and I think we've got 2,000 apple. We've got 3,000 eggs, and then we've got 3,000 pallets and 3,000 beans. So it's not a massive load, but it is a good load. So we're going to go down to the carvery first, and we'll get the first load of this offloaded. Then we're going to nip up to the farm shop and get the wood sold. And then we can see where we're at. So the cow enterprise, there's two things we need to work to get towards now, which is a telehandler and bucket to offload the silage, which should be ready soon, and we need another field to do some grass. So we want to buy it up by the cows so we can keep on top of them, because they're going to be fairly greedy, and then we need to buy the cows as well. So very expensive time, but I'm sure we can do it. So I don't know why the barriers are taking so long. So his first stop today is we'll get this sold. We'll have a look to see what money we've got. We might purchase ourselves a telehandler, so we are ready to unload that first pit as soon as it's ready, and then we'll look into a new field. But let's get this sold and see how much money we can make. So that's another £40,000, just over. So not a bad start to the day, and we've just got the wooden products to sell now down at the farm shop, which technically we own now because we've purchased the site. But I wonder if we get any kickback now that we own it, because some of these maps you do get a bit of a 20% like gift for owning it, so it might be worth our while selling it now at the farm shop even more than it was before. Let's head up there, because then we can have a look at field wise. I haven't actually had a look to see if there's any other grass fields around the farm, or are we going to have to drill one and make our own? Either way, it's not the end of the world. So up the hill we go. We don't want it to be too far away, because we just want it nice and local to our cow shed, so we can literally run it straight off the field, straight into the pit, get the pit fermenting, and off we go. So the other thing we could do is silage. Could do silage to fill the pit, plant a big corn field or maize field, but we'd have to then get a chopper. There we go. So we've got 64,000 for that as well. So we're now up to 440,000. But what I was saying about the chopper is, because we would have to own it, we haven't really got any cheap ones on here. Unless we got the hand pushable one, which would be a bit slow, I reckon. Now there is this a little attachment that goes on the front of the old tractor. Yeah, I think it'd take a while. So that's the only reason we're not going that way. The lizard one is only 300,000, but you need the header as well. And if we look at the header, you're another 50. So it's £350,000 just to get some maize. Whereas we could potentially buy something like this, or this, or even this field. This field's only £57,000 right next to the yard, and it's not too big, not too small. This one's probably about 80. To be fair, this one ain't even let's just have a look at that. Oh, it's only £43,000 that field is. We'd have to drill grass in there ourselves, but it's only 43 and it's empty at the moment, so it's smaller than the other field. Bit annoying. 97 would be a nice field again. Not out of the way. It's only £68,000, but it has got green beans in it, and we wouldn't want green beans. So we could buy that, plough it up, and then it is right next to the pits. So, options. But that's the sort of thing we're looking at. I'll have a word with Woody, see what he wants, because this is the first field. It is a fairly small field, to be honest. Probably would be better to get the little bigger one. If we plant alfalfa, is it alfalfa? We can make alfalfa silage, I believe. Yeah. Worth a little bit more, but also looks a bit prettier. We could plant that in with the drill, get it in there, and get it working. Because I think April... I know I keep looking at it. I think April's a good time. Yeah, April is the time to drill alfalfa. Or do we just do grass? Normal, bog standard grass. Don't know. We'll have a think about it. But yeah, we're up £440,000 now. Oh, that tree always annoys me. I can never see when you're in this view. Yeah, so we're at 440,000. So we've got plenty of money to play with at the moment. Obviously, I am going to spend probably £150,000 of that very shortly and buy ourselves a nice telehandler. And then we've got to get a hold of a field as well. So the main jobs of today will be, if we get a field, drill and plant it. Woody is spraying all the weeds off in our fields. We have got to drill 2 more, which we are going to do with sorghum, and we haven't quite decided the other crop. So I will just double check what Woody put in the other day and just refresh my memory of what we've got, so we know what we haven't put in, so we can drill that. And there he is there. He's just drilling the field to me. Well, I say for me. He's doing it for us. We're not drilling. He's spraying off the weeds so we get a good crop. So yeah, I've got everything bar the 2 fields done now. So with the big drill, it won't take too long. And then obviously we've got to go around and roll them. Although I think the new seeder is just rolling behind itself. So yeah, that makes that 10 times easier. Right, let's pull into yard. Get this trailer back in there. I'm going to put that seed drill on, and then we'll have a drive up. I'll have a quick look in a second, because we just need to check what we've got and what we haven't, because if we haven't done any sunflowers, we will put sunflowers in, but I'm pretty sure we put sunflowers in already. So right, okay, let's back around that. There we go. Don't know why that was being temperamental. Oh look, there's loads more fruit now since I've took that load. Never mind, we can always do another run a bit later on. So let's put drill on. So wheat was the last crop it was used for. So what will we got? Yeah, we definitely got sunflowers, we got wheat, we've got canola, we've got oats, and then we've got poppies there because we bought that field and inherited the poppies. So I'm thinking I'll do field 5 sorghum, field 64. What can we do 64? Could do a corn. Should we do corn? Yeah, let's do that one corn, and so the one down the lane will do corn, and then the other one will do sorghum. And then we've got plenty of different crops in this year. So let's put corn on to the first one, and we'll go find the cornfield. I wanted to go the other way, but it's just a bit of a pain to get out, so we'll go this way first. But yeah, we'll get the cornfield done, and then we'll head on down to the other field, which we're going to plant sorghum in. I'll see you over at the cornfield. Right, we are all done with our sorghum and corn drilling. So Woody's just quickly give them a bit of fertiliser, so that should be all done. And now it's time to pick a field. So contenders are, we spend £100,000 and we get the 1.2 hectare. We spend 60 grand to get 1.1. It's 1.8 versus 1.1. We could get this massive field, but that would be £200,000. Or we get field 48, which is, to be fair, 1.5, and it would be about 90,000. What's field 48 got in it? It's cultivated, so if we went for that one, we wouldn't actually have to cultivate, and it's slightly bigger than this one. We could just drill that direct. That might be the field to do, you know. It's not a very good soil type, so we'd never buy it as a field. Yeah, let's do that. It's £91,000. That makes so much more sense, then we don't have to cultivate it. And then next time we go for this one if we need any more grass. But so yeah, we've bought a field, so we will get this drilled now with, I think we're going to do alfalfa. It's just a bit further to carry it to the pits. And then Woody will come along and he will fertilise it after we are done. We do need to buy the soil sample before we even do this. Let's purchase that. yeah, he'll come and fertilise it. And then we should be all ready to go. And then after I've done this, we are going to buy a telehandler. So I'm going to have a look in a minute. I'm going to get drilling. And then I'm going to pick out a telehandler. And I think I'm going to pick one we haven't used before. So it won't be a JCB, it won't be a Bobcat. We are going to pick something new. I have an idea of which one I want, but I'm just going to have a look at prices and make sure it's within our budget. And then I'm going to get it bought. So let's get this drilled with alfalfa. Woody will get it fertilised. And then I think it's going to need lime spreading on top as well before it grows. And then it should be absolutely ideal for when we harvest it. But yeah, let's get cracked on. So we have just purchased field 47 as well because it was so cheap. And then we'll have 3 good grass fields. Got alfalfa in this one. Might just put plain grass in that one. Or do we put alfalfa in there as well? And then we can make hay and silage. And we could do total mixed rations. Or we could just make a lot of silage and run the cows at 80%. Because I don't think it makes too much difference. I think it is slightly faster milk production if you run them on total mixed rations, but I don't think it's overly noticeable. So I'll decide when I get there, but have a word with Woody. But yeah, it's either going to be alfalfa or grass, and we'll get both of these drilled, and then we've got the other field as well, so we should have plenty of silage. Right, so here is our second, well, third now, but we've drilled it with grass, just because I don't know what the alfalfa does. I've never done it before, so I just want to make sure we've definitely got plenty of food for our cowarinos. Woody is behind, he is just putting on the lime, and then he will come back and fertilise that as well. And then our field should be in top nick for food. I would imagine it'll take 2 months, and then we'll have some grass fields ready to go. And then we can start getting the pits full. So we're just going to run this back to the yard. And then I am going to go and buy a telehandler. What we can then start moving the silage, because we did get a notification to say that the silage pit is now ready to be opened. It has become silage. I don't think we've got an oval lot in there, so we are going to put a big bucket on. Might even bring the trailer back down, ready to move. some. Now we do want another spreader as well, so we can spread lime in one and fert in the other, just because it's annoying to empty, refill, empty, refill, empty, refill. But I don't know if we get a sprayer, and then we could do herbicide and liquid fert, but then you're still emptying and filling up all the time. It's really annoying. It's easier to have one for each machine. But yeah, let's get this taken back, and then we'll go for a shopping trip and see where we're left. We won't have a lot of money left by the time we've done all this, but we will be in good standings now for the cows, and it'd be nice to get them rocking and rolling sooner rather than later, bringing in some extra money. So where are we? Just up here, and then we'll be back home. That is all of our fields drilled now. We haven't got a single field that's empty, which is good. So we've got 3 grass fields, so it's going to be a lot of grass work to keep them cows happy, but obviously we've got the goats as well, so we do need to keep them well fed. It does look like there's a bit of produce to sell back at the farm if you need any more pennies, so not too bad. And here's Woody, he's straight behind me, so he must have got that field spread relatively quickly. So let's go into the shop. Now there is a skid steer in the sale. It's a telly skid, but I just don't think it's going to be what we need for doing silage. I think it's just a bit too small. To be fair, I think a telehandler is a bit small. It'd be better with a wheel loader, but for now a telehandler would help because we can use it for everything on the farm. So what I want to buy is this one because it's faster. I want to get one of these. A crammer. Not had one before. And I just think it'd be nice to have something a bit different. Oh, I do like the chunky wheels. Oh, I'm going to put chunky wheels on it just because they look so cool. Don't need safety frame attachments. We'll just put a standard one on too. Yeah, obviously we need beacons. It's crazy that they ask you if you want a beacon. Yeah, let's get that bought. So what are we going to put the number plate to? We'll do that. If Woody notices. Right, so let's get that bought. So that's £147,000. Not actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then I want a good size bucket. So there's this 5,000 litre one, what goes on the JCB. Now I don't know if it'll be too much for that telehandler. I've never ever used one. But let's give it a go because it is a decent size bucket. And here she is with her fat wheels on her. I actually think it looks really, really good. I'm excited to try a different type. So I do need to go fetch the trailer and bring it down to the cow shed so I can start tipping this food in. Not that we really need to, but it'll be nice just to get that pit empty, and then when it comes to all this grass mowing we're eventually going to have, we can sort of then get cracked on. But yeah, this is actually quite nice. The big fat tyres look quite good. It's quite nippy. I think it's quite a nice telehandler actually. Never actually been in one. That's why I was interested to get one. Cabs look nice. I have been told by someone that they are meant to be one of the best telehandlers. So, hey, let's give it a try. See what we think. So let's head to the farm. And then we'll grab the trailer and we'll start moving some silage. Look at that, 5,000 litres, and it is not struggling. I mean, it's a bit light on the front end, but we all know that that Bobcat can't handle it, and this has picked that up absolutely no problem at all. So that's really, really good. Can't knock that. It's going to be a good telehandler if it can lift this much weight without a weight block on. Ooh, let's not hit the side of the door frame. So let's try and tip a load. I think Woody is going to bring me the trailer up in a second, so we can move it a bit easier. But what we thought is we'll get the first load into the cow shed, and then as and when we can buy cows when we want to. We do need to get some straw going though, so we will be waiting for the wheat. To be honest, the wheat and the oats are the only straw we're going to get, so we'll be waiting for them. Fields to harvest for getting the manure, but not the end of the world. We got slurry straight out of them. But yeah, I'm quite happy with our new telehandler purchase. It seems to be like it's going to be a nice telehandler. But probably wait for Woody to get here with the trailer, and then we can get him filled up. He can get it tipped, and we'll get this done in no time at all. And then once this pit's empty, we'll be waiting for the grass to be ready again, so we can get filled up. So we'll have a quick wait, and then we'll get Woody loaded. So here is Woody. So I was just doing a quick test while I was waiting for him. I've literally just extended this all the way it will extend up in the air, just to see if it would tip telehandler up, and it didn't. So I'm actually really impressed with this telehandler. And I do like the big chunky tyres, I must admit. But I think it's going to be invaluable to us on the farm, because we're going to use it for moving this around, picking manure out of the pens, probably even use it on the forks for moving stuff about, because there's something about having a telehandler that just makes loading so much easier than front loaders. I don't know what it is, it's just easier to use a telehandler than it is to use a front loader. No, I think it's just because they're so steerable, and you can extend if you haven't quite got the height. When we've got a front loader, you can't extend, which is just that little bit annoying. And when we come to picking the straw bales out the field, if we bale it opposed to picking it up with the forage wagon, I think this will be a very useful tool. Alright, I think even Woody might be on about cutting the sheep's pen after here anyway, so we might leave the bucket and I might go get the times, a set of time to the front of it, and go and assist by picking the bales up once we've done this. Yeah, Woody's going to load these into the cow shed, and we're going to try and get it filled up, because even though we haven't got the straw, we are going to buy just a few cows for the time being. So while he's doing that, let's have a look. We don't want too many, just one. It might as well start going. So £2,800 each, so £2,500 each, shall I say. What I'm thinking, let's get 20 for now. Takes 100. They will also make babies, so we can sell the babies. Leaves us £80,000. Is it full already? It is full already. Oh, that did not take as much as I expected it to take. I thought we was going to be here for hours. Oh well, we have done that job very successfully, apparently. So we have put 20 cows in there. We've got no straw at the moment, like I say, and it's not the end of the world. We're not going to get any manure, but we will get the slurry. So move this out of Woody's way so he can tip it back in here. We probably will have to get a trailer for down here, just a small one, just leave on the telehandler so it can constantly top up with food. Or we could use this one if the telehandler connects onto this. I forgot this was here, otherwise Woody could have used it. But yeah, the telehandler doesn't connect. I think it connects to the other style of trailer, so we'll have a look, see if we can find one. So I'm going to drop the bucket here. You can't. I'll just tell him to leave it here because we shouldn't need it for anything else. We'll just leave it here and then we'll keep tipping it out until it's empty. We won't need it for anything drastically until we're harvesting, but we won't be harvesting until June, July, unless we take a contract. That'll be the only time. So I think Woody's off to go cut the grass at their goat. I'm going to go get a time, the times for the telehandler. And then... Oh, it's only got 16 litres, but this actually does pick it up. Is the mower here? No, it's not. So it's at knob. Say sheep, that goat. So luckily, the telehandler does tow this trailer. So this one actually might stay here. As a permanent, and we might buy another one for the yard because it's a little bit small now. Good trailer, it's just a little bit small. We need to make it a bit bigger now for our grain carting, so we will have a look into it. But we've got so much to buy, so we'll have to. If one comes into sale though, definitely be interested. So I am going to go pick a bale spike up. And then as Woody is baling, I will lift them up, take them over to the goats and put them into storage if we don't need them in the goats. Right, so we have got our bales off the field. So I've got them all picked up for Woody. He's done the baling. I've picked them all up and stacked them just there. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 bales off that field. So not too shabby. They're grass bales and they will be for the goat. So don't imagine we'll need any more anytime soon. So I am going to run this back to the cow shed and leave it at the cow shed because we will need it for picking up straw bales when we get around to it. I can't see us putting that grass for the goats unless we pick it up for silage when we do the next pit, just to top it up. I'm not sure. So let's run this back over and we'll get parked up in one of the sheds. Right, there is our new telehandler parked up in its shed down at the cows. So I think that's a perfect way to end today's episode. And here are our little beauties. Hopefully they'll start laying milk for next time. And they can give us some well-deserved income. So, thank you for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. Any suggestions, do leave them below. And if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, you'll get a notification of our next video. We'll see you there. Bye for now.